Alrighty, so this week we were treated to the Tour de France stage list for 2024, and we are going to be ranking the stages in order of must watch. Let's go. So we are limited by the Tour de France organisation in regards to how many stages I can actually see. However, I did find a bunch on cyclingstage.com, so some of these maps are available on there if you want some more detail. That was a good find for this video. So thanks cyclingstage.com, and let's get rocking. Caveat though, my French is terrible, so I'm not even going to try. So this will be in my Aussie accent, and forgive that if that offends you. Okay, so let's get started with stage one, and this is starting in Italy, with it being Florence to Rimini. It's 205 k's with decent elevation at 3,800 meters. It's going to test the legs out of the gate. There's likely not going to be a split in the GC favourites here, but it'll be a great opportunity potentially for a pure climber to snag the yellow. I reckon there'll be fireworks with some of those smaller teams, but I'd say some standard marking from the GC groups, so still worth a watch. This is obviously the first stage of the tour. It's punchy out of the gate, and it will be an exciting stage, so this one goes to the Voss tier for me. A few tame stages split the last in this stage, and this is stage 4 coming out with a bang. It's 138 kilometres long, which means it's going to be grueling, and it crosses over into France and hits the Alps. Expect to see the form of the GC riders coming out here. It's the best opportunity so far to see who's got the legs, particularly up the Galibier. Until recently, I kind of didn't rate these stages because it ends in a long downhill, but after seeing Pidcock descend Alpe d'Huez a couple of years back and Pog and Jonas having a battle last year, kind of come around to these descents. So this is a Merckx tier. It'll be a super fast finish and an absolute must watch, especially if you like some pretty crazy bike handling, so I'm pumped already. I don't know how I feel about this, and you can call me old-fashioned, but I don't know whether I even rate cobbles in the tour, let alone gravel. If a favourite gets a puncture, that is often their tour, and definitely their day done. So none of these guys are going to be running 42s on 650B wheels. We're talking road tech on gravel roads. I checked because this was run in the Tour de France Femme last year, this pretty much exact stage, and teams ran tubeless, tubes, and tubular, and they all got punctures. Most were running 28, so you kind of start wondering what the point is. And this ruined the days of Weebs, Niewiadoma, Longo Borghini, and Van Vleuten. So some pretty heavy hitters. Sure, the stage will be hectic, but there's not heaps to grab my attention here. It's a highlight stage for me, and I'm putting it in the Evans tier. Alright, so the next one is breakaway stage, and it's dead flat at the start, so if you're in Australia, you're probably not going to be staying up to the end of this one because you fall asleep. This is stage 11 from Vaux-les-Bains to Le Livrion. Unless you want to see Vaux-les-Bains get its Tour de France cherry popped, there's nothing for me here. It's punchy, it's long at 211 k's, and is 5.4 kilometres at 8.1% that last climb. I think the favourites keep their powder dry here, and this is a breakaway stage that you can watch on highlights tomorrow. This one is a Burgess tier. So we're 2/3 of the way through the tour by this point, and we are a bloody ripper of a stage here. We're in the Pyrenees, and we are riding 150 kilometres from Par to Saint-Laurent-Soulan, taking in the Col de Tourmalet, a cool 19 kilometres at 7.4%. The riders then take a smoko on the relaxed Torquet de Ancizan, 8.2 kilometres at 5.1%, before the Pla d'Ardèche, burning those legs and the lungs at over 10.6 grueling Ks at 7.9%. This is going to be epic. The steepest section is at the start before it tapers off towards the latter quarter, meaning that this is a good opportunity to attack and drop. Someone will be crowned king here. This is a Merckx tier, and I cannot wait. I am literally salivating while I do this. If you thought you were done though, forget it, because stage 15 keeps the hits coming. Looking at it on the profile, it kind of looks like a casual walk in the park compared to stage 14, but that's because they've slapped another 50 Ks onto it. Starting immediately with a climb, of which I cannot even hope to pronounce, there are 5 serious climbs, with the Col d'Agnay and the Plateau de Biel being real testers. If stage 14 crowds a king, this is where he can destroy his rivals, or perhaps we'll see a regicide. This is a must-watch and another Merckx tier. Stage 17 is one of those stages that you would burst into tears if your local group ride posted on Strava as the Sunday ride for the week. It's uphill all the way for 178 kilometres from Saint Paul Trois Chateaux to Super Devolay. However, there's nothing really to test here for pros. There may be some heavy legs, so it's not a Burgess tier, but I'm not super excited about this one, and I'm going Evans tier for this bad boy. Stage 19, however, is an absolute banger of a stage, starting at Embrun and running for 145 kilometres to Isola 2000, which should forever be called Powerman 5000. Worlds collide. The first climbing starts at 21.2 k's in, and it is up and down for the rest of the day. The big challenge is from about 65 k's to 87.5 k's, with the Cima de la Bonnette, a whopping 22.9 kilometres. Yes, 22.9 kilometre climb at an average of 6.9%. This will be attack central before a long descent to recover. It's literally 30 k's of descending before it ramps up again to Powerman 5000, a ball-busting 16.1 k's at 7.1%. Finishing this makes you a hero, racing this makes you a god, and this is our number 1 stage for the 2024 Tour de France. Stage 19 is an absolute must-watch, and it is a Merckx tier baby. We have an easier stage for the next one. This is stage 20, and it's not to say I would want to race it. It's easier to wax your gooch hair than it is to kick yourself in the nuts, but it doesn't mean that we want to be doing either. This features 3 climbs that have been used in Paris-Nice before, and Roglic and Pog have both won on one of these climbs. It's hard to know where I sit on this one. If this were a standard tour, I'd say this is a must-watch, as it would be the king stage. However, I get the feeling there were going to be gaps. You just have to feel like this is going to see fireworks as people try to close down time gaps heading into the stage 21 time trial. However, nestled in between 2 solid stages, I think if you're going to miss one of the stages between stage 19 and 21, it's stage 20. So this is a Voss tier. Wait, but how can you sip champagne on a TT bike? The answer, through one of those triathlon bar bottles. However, I'd expect there will be a lack of champagne in this stage because stage 21 is fair game in 2024, baby. We have a 34k time trial with 2 climbs, the second maxing out at 10%. You may even see climbing bikes coming out for this and some bike changes. Now, I'm going to be controversial here and say that if you're in Australia, it's not worth staying up for the whole thing, and so as a result, this can't be a Merckx tier. However, it is a must-watch for that last hour or hour and a half, and I'd be setting your alarms for 12:30 a.m. if you're in the East Coast, because watching the top riders go hammer and tongs on the last stage of the Tour de France in a time trial has me needing to change my undies. This will be awesome. Cannot wait. All right. So that's our list. That's our list. Wait, what? Hang on a sec. Yeah, but we said we'd do 10. What? Cavendish record. Fuck. You're right. Guys, we have a wildcard entry. How fun! Woo! Anyway, I ummed about even putting this one in, but under certain conditions, I reckon this is a Merckx tier. Well, it's actually just one condition, really, and that's if Cav comes to the tour. This is his opportunity to beat Merckx's record, and everyone will be absolutely glued to their seats. And I think this profile actually suits him quite well. So big if he is fit for the tour, which I think is the entire reason for him joining. He'll definitely be in this to duke it out, and I'd put a few dollary-doos on him doing it too, especially seeing as this tour does not finish on the Champs-Élysées, and so as a result, I think he's got nothing to lose. So that is seriously it now. Give this a like and a subscribe if you rate it. And yeah, next week is a breakdown of my Fesca 1. So have a great week, and be licking your lips for that one. Anyway, peace.